Have you ever looked at a fresh, clean bed of flowers and thought, man, that mulch sure looks nice? Most people don't, and that's all right. However, based on my professional and personal experience, some on the job training, and a little bit of research, I'd like to share with you how to effectively mulch your flower bed. First, I'd like to share with you the purposes and benefits of using mulch on your flowers, or your flower bed, excuse me, not your flowers. Secondly, I'd like to talk to you about the preparation involved. And third, I'd like to talk about the application process itself. The first reason why many people use mulch is to enhance the appearance of their flower beds. The contrast between a clean bed of mulch and the flowers or shrubs or whatever you have in your bed often is a nice enhancement of the natural look. A second benefit is to help prevent weeds. This is only limited in mulch itself. You need to use a couple other steps, which I'll get to in just a minute. A third benefit is to retain moisture at the roots and base of your plants to help growth. A fourth benefit is to regulate temperature extremes. In the Kansas environment, we get very hot and very cold, and having some mulch there can kind of help prevent the root systems of those plants from getting too hot and too cold based on whatever the temperature's doing. And then finally, another benefit is to just protect the root systems in general from either invasive species of insects or also burrowing rodents. All of those can be damaging and destructive to your plants, and while these aren't just nice things to look at, they're also often fairly costly investments in both your time and finances, so protecting them is always good. Oh, and Lori Johnstone from HGTV mentions using soil to help fight erosion and bare spots in your beds. So it's not just around your plants. You want to make sure your whole bed is mulched to help control the bed shape and prevent it from changing on you. The first step in your preparation process is to identify and clean the bed of any debris, rocks, stones, existing weeds. All that needs to go. The second step is to identify and secure any wires for landscape lighting or any tubes for irrigation, and make sure that you don't damage those, which would require further repair. The third step, and one of the optional steps I mentioned during the fights weeds benefit, is the use of weed mat or landscape fabric. That'll help if you use the big black rolls of it and place it down and cut out where your existing plants are. That'll help control and prevent any new weeds from starting and growing. Fourth, very importantly, is to cut a nice V-channel edge at the perimeter of your bed in order to give the mulch somewhere to flow and stop and not overflow during heavy rains. And then fifth, the last step is to choose the type of mulch, cedar, cypress, red, black, brown, etc., and whether you'll use bags or a large bulk delivery. Kelly Roberson from Better Homes and Gardens mentions that you can mulch any time of year. There is no bad time, and I happen to agree. The first step is to stage your mulch near the bed you're going to use. You don't want to travel excess. That leads to excess cleanup and excess energy. There's two main methods. You can either dump the bag or your bulk area and spread it out by hand, or you can throw it from your source material. Both are effective. There's no wrong way to do it. Sometimes you have to do both, even in one bed, just to get around existing areas, get into hard between the reaches. While placing your mulch around your plants, be sure not to volcano or cone up the mulch at the base of the plants. This can lead to rot and disease, which is the opposite goal of what we're doing. Make sure it is all spread out evenly, about 2 to 4 inches thick. Tamp it down and apply a nice selective pre-emergent in order to help prevent any new weed growth. First, I shared with you the purpose for using mulch. Second, I shared with you the application for using mulch. The preparation needed for using mulch. Third, I shared with you the application process for mulch. So now that you know the process for how to effectively mulch your beds, Good luck.